ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Hello everyone, welcome back towards match day number 10 of the ESL Pro League North America Division, season number 6, and we just came off a great match between compLexity and OpTic. Unfortunately, compLexity couldn't take it for all the fans of the underdogs out there, but they definitely played some great Counter-Strike. I'm excited to see more of Mirage, Danny.
Yeah, I know this is exciting stuff, but you know, if you caught the beginning part of that stream, I backed them onto Train. I thought maybe they had an opportunity here. I think Mirage, though, you know, it does lead into compLexity's choice. Having said that, I think it opens up the map way too much, and there's kind of like sneaky little things that Stummy might have been working on. Conjuring in his little IGL lair might not deliver the results that they did get onto Train.
I still reckon they did really, really well. I mean, it was a little bit of fine tweaking. Imagine if they didn't lose a pistol round at the beginning with the Freiburg 1 and 3. Imagine if they took a few more rounds. I think overall they played great. They'll be a little bit disappointed in themselves, but I don't think they should be, you know, completely devo. They shouldn't be like, oh, we just lost to OpTic, you know, oh no, what a disaster, we're going to disband. It should be like, you know what, the 30 rounds that we won.
Disband. That's a big
Isn't it a standard one as we take a look towards the rest of the schedule? Looks like it was a long game of Train. OpTic did manage to take the victory on the mainstream. It was also Train where Renegades did lose against NRG 16-7, but Train would be NRG's pick and Cobble. Actually, no, Train would be Renegades pick and Cobble picked by NRG. Oh.
Question mark.
Not something you see every day, but I can see it happening. I do know Renegades are trying to shift away from Cobble, but definitely a very competent Cobble game. So that would be definitely a great matchup. But now on towards Mirage between compLexity and OpTic. And if compLexity as a 5 can carry their form forward, plus some 6 strategies and whatnot, definitely can at least put a few more good rounds against OpTic. But OpTic was starting to wake up towards the end, and Alu was effectively a non-factor for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I know. On Mirage, you definitely want him to kind of take control of either that open bomb site or mid with that AWP. We'll see what can happen. You know, he can turn on in the flick of a switch, and that could really shut down any chance compLexity do have. But we have seen some interesting results by OpTic on, you know, the loss that they did have to NRG was on this map. So maybe there are a couple of holes there that compLexity can kind of, you know, peek through. Hey, upset win. We're here. But at this stage, I don't think, I mean, like you said, I don't think they're devastated from that Train. I think they'll be happy, and, you know, they're Americans, right? So not to play a stereotype, but you can just see them, they're G'd like, come on, boys, we almost had that one. Let's get into Mirage and shut these guys down. But having said that, I think they're going to need a bit more than high hopes and good spirits to take down this OpTic Mirage team.
Isn't it like the standard calls, let's go, boys?
Let's go.
Except with an American accent. I'm not going to try to imitate it because
I'll give it
I'll
some,
be terrible.
mate. Come on.
Nah, I'm pretty bad at accents. So let's not do accents for today. But Mirage, it's really just an open map, stock standard, but if Alu comes in bot Alu form, which he kind of was in Train, it's not looking too hopeful. Maybe he can drink a few, you know, energy drinks. I like to keep it generic, open-branded energy drinks, but we all know what exactly he loves drinking. If he gets a few into
his support, the energy drinks. Anyone listening is you've got a slot open for your own personal brand of energy drink, right? If anyone wants to kind of throw anything at you, $7 usually buys a year with your sponsorship rate.
It's just not me. Not me, just personally. I think just overall for the show.
Absolutely.
I would say. But the odds really haven't changed that much, and I'd agree with them.
compLexity is actually, has that gone up? I thought it was always 351.25.
I think it's changed maybe a little bit in the live betting, probably towards the end of the Train game.
OpTic's the same.
Yeah, OpTic's the same. compLexity is the same, and well, both have to be the same. You don't really see change in one odds with the other one changing. It's just the ratio.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think it's fairly accurate stuff there. I think that's what we're expecting. I mean, Train was a lot closer than it should have been, but we've seen some impressive stuff from compLexity on to Train, as we did just then. Obviously, a lot to take away from there. They could have definitely grasped the match away, but I think OpTic will definitely recalibrate. They are, I do believe, a team that is a little bit slow to start. And pending the pistol, pending the 50, pending the pistols, pending the 50-50s, those clutch situations that, you know, we saw Slemmy and, you know, the likes of Android clutching out those really important rounds on that T side to bring it super close. If those kind of fall the way of OpTic, which, you know, more often than not, you think they would with the likes of the players that they do have on their lineup, we might look at single digits for compLexity, which would be a shame comparing how they started the day off.
I don't really think that I don't think it actually was OpTic coming off to a slow start. It was actually OpTic playing pretty well. It's just compLexity were playing better.
Yeah. Oh no, that was more of a generic comment too. They usually play better in the second map. Well, that's a lie considering they dropped 10 to Ghost in the first week. Just throwing things at you, man. Just seeing what sticks. Just throwing things at the wall. But we do see that pistol.
You've missed the wall. It's gone out the window. And there is barely any window.
The window. It was a closed window. But the pistol's coming out. Def taking the first onto Mixwell here. So a nice little starting once again. But we did see a 3-on-1 clutch. So still plenty left to write home about in this pistol there. We see Magist trying to do something a little bit better than Mixwell. See if we can get that first opening frag for the CTs. We do see him taking down Slemmy. Takes down Peter as well. And once again, Def. So doing great work with the push there. Alu now has got to lock down this bomb site. Holding towards the app line. Does get taken down. So it's 3-2 situation. That B site is still relatively empty. Rotations coming through short and through market as Yace actually finds Magist. So that opens up the short area as Freiburg actually manages to find Android. So now it's just down to Yace. He has had some form. Bomb is ticking away. There is a kit onto Freiburg. They're just trying to land a shot here and just playing ring around the rose at this stage. He will get pincered down in the corner. Defuse coming out, so that was, you know.
Oh, that's dog from HS, man. You don't get a single kill on that. You got to give it to Freiburg. He had the kit and everything.
Revive Magist can give it to him because he was key in that pistol round there. Absolutely devastating
just wants,
top mid.
You know, just a little bit more of the stats. You know, he goes, oh, I didn't really contribute, but I did.
I need a rank up to GE, guys.
This was insane.
Yep. This is pretty gross. They were poised to wait for that kind of aggression again, but just that USP is. It's good that the USP still can do that.
It's not just
you
USP. You need a player that can do it with the USP. It's a little something special in compLexity. They're going straight hard at it. I like to call this the big rig strat. It's effectively you just go, you know, we could safely buy in the third round, but let's just go huge and try to just take the enemy by surprise.
Indeed, they do that for the case. They're just waiting for that aggression there, which we do see Freiburg once again pushing, but I think he'll just be holding towards this angle here. If they don't check it, he could absolutely just meet them. Yeah, the spots there, the flash does come out there. It actually doesn't peek on it. So Andrew should get a fairly easy kill there onto Freiburg, which it does. And now just pulling back, just recalibrating, seeing where the team's going. A lot of his players going unders. It looks like he will be joining them. So Mixwell here.
Yeah, there's a lot of danger right now. Now compLexity going to strike on the A side. They know the bomb's there, so they can actually start massing people towards their Def. What a shot coming out from Palace to CZ. Not an easy shot to land. It actually compLexity to take control of the A side with 4 members still alive. This is great stuff coming out from compLexity on the back of the pick on B side. Android does fall, which means that OpTic still have a little bit of chance into it, but every single additional damage they take means that they are further in headshot range. Now Mixwell's making a bit of noise. Slemmy, very easy kill the M4. Now, they know where Alu is. Alu, oh, he finally does pick off Def, but he's surrounded from both sides. Oh, he doesn't have a kit, so there goes that plan.
If he manages to find Yesa, though, the clutch is a very big possibility, but just that crutch spray through with the glue coming through. Unfortunately, Alu doesn't find too much happening there. So there you go, the big rig play paying off for the guys from the big rig country.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if that's even a thing, man.
It is. Like I call it something else. I mean, it's just more of in homage of our favorite player, you know, Dick Stacey.
Yeah, I'm aware of Dick Stacey, but I'm not aware of how the big rig comes into it.
They're substitute rig for something that's probably not as broadcast friendly, and that's what the strategy is called. You're effectively you're trying to go huge with a few weapons. Well, it's much of a muchness. compLexity are going to be pushing towards the B side. Only Freiburg with a scout, flashed out, completely blind, locked away. There's one in market, but he misses the first initial shot, which means that he is going to be surrounded by SMGs. Alu's also got a scout and a kit, but really at this stage, what more can he do? I think he did get a collateral. Peter's already found 2. There's one fast on the flank. It's going to be Mixwell. Alu does find Yaster, and Magist also picks one off as well. And Mixwell, this certainly brought it back into a real contention after, I would have said real contention, but definitely able to take out another one. Slemmy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, just 180s and turns it on towards Mixwell, and Magisk is the last man left standing. Might be able to get a few exit kills, but that's all he can get.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Slemmy there just caught out in a bit of no man's land, misses that molly and just kind of starts doing a little spinny pirouette there, but just manages to find that 180. So, recovers well out of that position, but just here with the armor. CZ, seeing if he can get a couple of exits at this stage. Round is all she wrote. So, compLexity is stringing together 2 in a row there, managed to hold on to that M4, and the buys will be coming. Oh, just spotting one, just getting a bit keen there, but nothing really happening. He might get caught if he does decide to push through snipers, but he will not. 2-1, compLexity once again. Just throwing caution to the wind, getting aggressive, just forcing up that buy, and we'll see how it ends up as the eco will come out once again for OpTic. Just that one AK and the rest SMGs, just trying to build up that economy, which is in a decent place as it stands. But we'll see what OpTic can do with these pistols. CZ onto Magist that he saved from that last round, and pretty hard save from the rest of them.
There's so much money that you can really invest at the moment. You forced up in that previous round. compLexity took it quite convincingly as well. 3 guns left alive. So just the base USP is Magist only with the armor because he saved it from the previous round. There's not much you can do with the CZ and armor if there's nothing happening. So slow round, which is now just exploded towards the B site, but there's no one there. So yeah, compLexity, they'll win another round, barring completely missing a lot of shots.
Yes, they might get baited here. See, Freiburg can kind of make a break, but nice little flick onto him, so just shuts that down straight away. And Ali will fall into snipers to death. That's just last Magist just managed to find one. Can get this gun. Slemmy won't have any of it. Manages to shut him down and recover the rifle. So guns will come out. We'll see how this game will really sway. See if OpTic has got a little more in the tank to stave off with these weapons in hand. As we do see that nice economy of compLexity rolling through.
You can see what that single saved M4 does, as OpTic have decided for 4 members to go for a helmet. That's an extra 350, which means that you're losing out on flashbangs or an extra HE grenade. Very limited smoke grenades. They have to go aggressive in this round. You can see that stacked up towards mid to try to take control of one map with numbers. They have to throw bodies as opposed towards grenades to try to take control. So now the execute on A site's going to begin. There's not going to be a counter incendiary grenade, and compLexity know this. They know OpTic's going to be completely broke, so they can just throw their normal A site smokes and roll in. And HS has a lot of work to do. And Mixwell's just going to stand in the Molotov. He's going to take some damage for the trade and the kill. Plan's going to go down. No one's spotting towards CT because the CT smoke's up. Now 4 on 5. There's a Molotov coming forward. Depth. He is not spotted out towards the right-hand side. If HS is able to strike, he can do a lot of damage. There it is. Def is actually able to pick up 2. Mixwell, he'll strike right now. Mixwell sprays down 2. Huge plays coming out from him as compLexity to try to take CT. OpTic will take around 3 alive.
Yeah, that's a great play from them. I thought HS not getting spotted out could be a bit more trouble. Just gets the 1-for-1, but in the end, Mixwell with the spray manages to get an AK as well, and the round coming towards OpTic. So, I mean, the entry is not too convincing there, but they did manage to get onto the site to try to lock it down. Obviously not into the best post-plant position, trying to clear out CT, and that's where it all kind of collapsed. But once again, we do see Peter with that AWP. He was a little bit quiet on the last map there, but we'll see what we can do with that.
Yeah, Def, that was big plays to just get 2 entries, but then Mixwell finds the correct timing. He only gets 1 bullet put in him, which means that he was down towards 12 and not 0. And back in towards a bit of a better round in terms of buy for OpTic. They have more utility to work with, but still not everything you want in the belt. You kind of want like the Swiss knife for Swiss knife for everything, and HS is going to peek straight into the waiting arms of an AWP, and this round is all over. As OpTic, I just back out immediately. There's no point. There's no point losing rifles. You might have tried to save and try to take into the next round.
Yeah, Freiburg just giving freedom there to Peter. They're not finding too much. Obviously trying to do some sort of damage, maybe take 1, and then, you know, there could be an opportunity to salvage a round, but instead just feeding the guys over onto compLexity, and now Magist with a long, hard save coming through here.
Yeah, but you can already see the hunts coming in from behind from Android. I think Magist has heard this, though. Yeah, Android's making a lot of noise, so Android's aware of the danger. It's just going to dance around. Doesn't know really where Magist is. Magist will take him out quite easily. There you have it. And he's just going to try and shift his position every now and then. compLexity have compLexity have a lot of money at the moment, so they are going to go hard on the hunt. They don't really need to worry about losing too many AKs.
Want to 1B him here. Good old Slemmy's just going to 1B him. No, he's not. I was like, maybe Slemmy does some magic from the last. There you go. So Magist doing a good job holding onto that AK, but it's going to get set up on by a couple of players here. So we'll see if he can hold on. If he does dare go into the abs, he gets taken out straight away. So
there's just 2 waiting.
Yeah, nice patience there from Yaster and Co. And a very convincing round there from compLexity.
Yeah, that was the round where I'm like, compLexity got the first 2 opening picks. All right, that's all right. OpTic were caught out unaware. Just back out. You got 3 alive. There is really no way in on towards the A bomb site. 3 and 5. You're going to have to hope that compLexity overextend or you get some sick opening kills. As stage, just back out. Save 3 rifles. Alu had enough cash to still force up into it. You could have forced up a struggling buy into this, but now you're on the eco. You have to hope that compLexity now throw the ball off the cliff to take this round. Because you drop the ball, right? That's the common saying.
Sure, I get
you don't just drop the ball in this one. You literally have to throw it off a cliff.
No,
like that's how you have to deliberately make a mistake.
Well done there. Yeah, Freiburg, I don't know, is that just like a little bit disrespect there, just like us? I don't know how the Swedish action goes, but stupid Americans, I can take this.
Potentially.
And it gets absolutely destroyed.
if it was against anyone else, like if, say
Yeah,
for
he's
example,
gone, right?
OpTic was up against FaZe, you know, it would have been a situation where it's just like, nah, I'm just going to go straight out. Android, he's going to get all 3, even though he's dinked down. There was an initial stack towards a B start. It's going to be clean up now for compLexity. In my mind, it's if you're up against a caliber team, like, you should always think, okay, if I'm against a top tier team, 3-on-5, what should I do? Should I save or should I kind of eco at the moment? And compLexity are playing like a top tier team at the moment. Like they're playing together as a unit. You know, it's a couple of mistakes here and there, but they are on form right now. And OpTic just severely, I would say, just misreading that situation.
Yeah.
They drop 3 rifles towards the end. Sure, they take 2 rifles out, but compLexity have enough to buy up every single round. Now OpTic at the force on the MP7 on Freiburg of all things. Mixwell, he has to decide whether to go for head armor or more utility or a rifle. He decides, oh, I have to go for kind of body armor. Oh, the head armor and utility, so it's a UMP instead.
So, yeah, if you manage to pick up that the old 350, still early days here onto the old Betway odds, but you got a decent grin on your face at this stage. As compLexity look like they're in some sharp form right now, just bringing over the form they did show on train, and even more so, really. They're very confident on their T-sides, aren't they? As Peter just tries to find something, anything in the V-ups there.
It's still early days, but it's just more of OpTic. Their economy is dropping every single time they take one, so it's very difficult to try to force a way back into it. Imagine that you just dropped every single time, you know, limited utility, Magist is just caught out in the open, tries to go for something at short, Spray comes forward, now 2 stuff on the B side. Oh, HS! Nice shot on towards Slemmy, but Yace's pushed out of short at the moment, and they're just stuck with SMGs trying to take the site right now, of all things. And now Android's going to come up, there's 1 entry, there's 2 entries from Android. He's stepping it up right now, Def is going to strike on towards the A-bomb site, and Allah's got no choice, because Android's just absolutely on fire right now. You might as well just say goodbye because compLexity 6-2.
Yeah, Android is just hitting another level there. Really loves entering onto that B bomb site. And, you know, we started doing Mac 10, doesn't win an AK now, obviously facing less superior weapons. Eco coming through from OpTic is going to be a hard one at that. Magist does manage to get that CZ, which does favor. But right now, compLexity looking very sharp. And I think definitely OpTic have it in them to recalibrate, just settle down, and just really treat this team with the respect they deserve at this stage.
Yeah, so OpTic, what they're going to do is just going to completely eco except for base pistols. You'd see a lot of the time after 3 or 4 lost rounds that you buy body armor and pistol because you can still afford. But they realize that the lack of utility is not doing them any favors whatsoever. And Android might be caught out by surprise right now by Alu pushing through the smoke. And Alu's going to get a very easy kill. The AK retrieved. The rest of compLexity stacked up towards the B side. So lose this round right now would be an absolute disaster. But the members are coming towards the B side. Mixwell, if he finds a few critical kills of the Desert Eagle, could change. But Alu's also struck with the AK-47. HS will also fall. But the AK is still alive. That's the most important thing. And Alu is just going to back out and save it. Magist coming from behind. If he can retrieve a weapon as well, would be pretty sick. All he needs to do at the moment is save, unless Magist can find 1 or 2. But he's been spotted out already.
He has been spotted out. So just completely nullifying that threat. He will be flashed out. Thought he might be able to, if that flank was just a little bit quicker, find something as Alu just holds his marker position. Might be able to find Slemmy. If he gives away this AK, it'd be an absolute shame there, but does pull out. He has no arm. He's on 28 HP. Missed a couple of shots, so looks like he'll be holding on. But he might get caught out here on snipers, which he does, so that's an absolute shame. He can't save that AK. And Yester, he has spotted the last Magist. He hasn't really got too much to play for here, but does manage to take him out. So clean sweep coming through, nothing taken into that next round, and Alu just really wanted to find that frag into mark and eventually cost him the AK.
All right.
But nonetheless, full, nice, beautiful buy coming out for the guys on OpTic to really just stave off this 7-2 scoreline.
And this is still where I'm looking at the utility after this replay. They're still lacking in utility. You're still missing a few incendiary grenades. I mean, at least it's better this time around. Everyone's got smoke grenades. You have a few incendiary grenades, but before you had nothing at all. So Alu's just going to pop the smoke and try to make this mid play happen with the AWP. Very standard kind of peak line, which Peter's not going to fall for. He is aware of the danger. Molotov is just going to be extinguished at the smoke once again. But mid control has been taken right now from compLexity. It's just OpTic don't know it yet. They're stacking 3. They know they have to contest it right now. Mixwell, this should be a good grenade, doing a little bit of damage towards Yaster. Not enough to put him in towards that single headshot zone. But so it should slow down now.
Yeah, just pulling out of that position. Completely smoked off at this stage. Absolutely useless. Peter just seeing if he wants to peek that line again, which would be very doubtful at this stage of the round. Ala has no idea where any of these compLexity places are. Yaster is super close. He could be caught out with his pants down depending on the angle he watches as Yaster does decide to just kind of take that peek towards. And there you have it. Ala didn't even have a fighting chance there. Just caught in the black of his scope. And now it's down to a 4-on-5. Might see, but like you said, he needs to open up this map for the guys on OpTic Air and just not bringing any kind of form into this as Mixwell does find Yaster through the spam of the wall. And HS, we saw him do something before from the CT position, but they are well into the side. Magist just managed to find one. Now HS finds a second. Def maybe a little bit overextending there before the bomb goes down. and 2 on 4. So it looks like they have managed to bring it back, and it is also important to try to hold on to these rifles as well on this retake. Slemmy.
Oh, Slemmy's in a world of hurt at the moment.
Yep.
He had to take Freiberg and relocate, and Peter, there's no chance for him to kind of win this one out. Oh, he gets 2. Surely he can't get the 3rd, and HS is going to push out at the right time. So OpTic do manage to finally take one. Even off the back of the entry of complexity, I think there was a little bit of a gap in the jungle smoke, allowed Magist to get a pick. They weren't watching short, and Mixwell just steps out at the right time, and HS is just waiting for the aggression because complexity out of grenades from there. So I'd say a little bit of over-aggression from complexity, not making sure that the grenades land in the correct positions and giving a few little opportunities for OpTic. But kudos to OpTic for taking those opportunities and making it work out.
Yeah, absolutely, but nonetheless, OpTic have managed to recover these 2 orbs from the last round. Now, Peter just doing a little bit of damage there, which may come into play a little later on for complexity. You can string together a few more rounds as we do see that MP7 onto Freiberg. But still, very promising signs from complexity. Unfortunate not to take out that round there, but some nice individual playouts coming from OpTic.
Okay, so this is... So what complexity are going for at the moment, most likely is Def is just going to blow his utility towards B site to try to fake a B site take. Then they're going to execute towards A, and then Def's going to come out underpass and try to pincer off anyone coming in through connector. They're just going to slowly burn out utility. But there are the grenades. Actually, Def is holding on to these, just making sure they're not taking B app's control. There's a few flashbangs.
So right now, just over on the B side, we do see Freiberg with that MP7, and Mixwell is holding that short position. Probably just watching through connector there. He can kind of commit to either one. As we do see the stack coming out. Nice opening frag onto Andrew there. He manages to get it in the end there, as Alu could pick up a nice frag. Does manage to drop the bomb planner in Slemmy there. Will try to retreat, but actually goes down. So at this stage, might have been better to wait for his teammates. Just down to Freiberg with that molly in hand and the MP7, so he's got not much to play. Maybe he can recover any rifle.
That was just really sick once again coming out from complexity. They had a clear execute plan based upon just making sure they smoke off. They know that OpTic didn't have the best utility or best firepower. They will completely reset, and Def now on the chase can hear Freiberg, but vice versa, Freiberg heard him. Oh, Freiberg, he shoots a little bit too early. They know where he is, and Def, oh, Freiberg flicks but doesn't click. Oh, no. OpTic can't even take the orb into the next round. And complexity have just completely reset them once again. This is a one-sided trade for complexity. Making it look too easy right now.
Yeah, it is an Android. I mean, you know, there is always talk about him, but he's just doing great work entering onto the site. We saw there was an opportunity to recover that secondary orb there, but knowing that they're coming against the Eco, absolutely no reason to invest and kind of take that risk. So 8-3, they've already won at the half. And once again, just putting it to the guys on OpTic.
The orbs have just been a complete non-factor, really, for OpTic so far. And you have to consider the fact as well that OpTic, 3 rounds, and I'm fairly certain one of them was on the pistol as well.
It was, wasn't it? And then
well, they lost the next one where complexity did force buy into it, but they won one. That was a full buy, and that's been it ever since. 3 round switches, complexity. It's been the complexity show the entire time. Complete control of the economy, reset once again. What you do is OpTic. You got to either eco this one and wait 2 rounds. That's just painful because at that stage it's 10-3, and complexity. Once again, barring they don't, you know, try to immigrate towards Australia and do their best to throw this round.
You really just set the bar low for Australian and Oceanic
Name
CS,
a more
don't you?
iconic duo, Australian CS and losing your anti-ecos.
Well, you know, they're getting better. You can't see it there on the stream, but Kratz just gave me like the most death moronic eyes here as Alu hasn't given his position away, but Def is more than keen onto this. Does manage to get the dink, but eventually does get traded down. So once again, maybe just a little bit of adjustment needs to be made to the new P250. There's Freiberg actually managed to hide away in smoke. Could find a sneaky little frag there, but actually doesn't get too much away as Mixwell gets taken down quite easily by Peter. So that was not probably the easiest scope for Peter to do, but nonetheless, everyone on complexity firing away. Freiberg with just this lone, very Nigel-hated 5-7. And really, I mean, it's an obvious statement, but really impressed with complexity on this T-side of Mirage right now.
Yeah, they've kept up the intensity of train, so they're doing everything correctly. And whoa, Freiberg, he'll trip himself a free AWP. If he's able to get it out of here, that'll be a pretty instrumental save, because they can do damage in the next round. Depth's been locked out, can't do anything. T's are trying to rotate. They'll make a lot of noise, and Freiberg, if he's able to make it across...
He should get pincered here. There is no way that he gets away with this 3K.
Oh, he misses the shot.
He misses it again, yeah. That's a shame. So fortunate enough there, but still that's not taking anything away from that 1v from Freiberg as he was looking at his
That's
monkey
impressive with
business.
a 5-7 because it's not easy to do these days. And Depth, that was really just great reactions. But complexity, even if they lost Depth, there was a second member ready to trade. There was a second member. They're always covering each other with grenades. Just, yeah, that's just solid Counter-Strike.
Pop. Beautiful. Beautiful from Ryberg. Doesn't manage to save the AWP down, luckily. And here we go. Alu, he got an easy kill before, but Yeaster just as easy manages to find his buddy in Mixwell as well. And Peter opening up onto Freiburg. So just shutting this down really quickly and just making it a clinical anti-eco round for the guys on complexity. This should bring up number 10, barring something devastating going wrong, which at this stage, no utility, no armor, CZ and a Deagle. You know what? I don't put it past them necessarily. There's probably like a 3% chance something does go awry here, but at this stage, looks like complexity we're going 10-3. And now, OpTic, what do? They're getting shut down every single time. Complexity just really have all kinds of control on this T side here.
OpTic have realized, all right, we're losing the force bars and everything. We just need to get towards a full buy. They need all the utility they can. That's why OpTic have barely invested anything in these last 2 rounds. So they've acknowledged the fact, okay, next 2 are going to be throwaway at the moment, but if we can get towards a 5-10 half, at least it's serviceable. If they drop any more rounds after this, imagine complexity going up 12-3 on their T half. It becomes a lot, as soon as they take pistol, if they take pistol, their job becomes infinitely easier. It's not over yet by any means, because complexity could fall towards OpTic strategies. As HS has spotted them out. Magisk, they're both on the correct side right now, but the trades aren't coming yet. There it is. Finally, the trades do come out from complexity. They just take their time, enter together. Now in double digits, 10-3 lead on their own T side. Really just a mixture of damaging the economy of OpTic until it's just completely been ripped to shreds. Better systematic play throughout the entire game. All the entries are on point. What else can you say? Only like a few, if you can be really critical about complexity, yeah, they're making a little bit of mistakes. But at this stage, it's not upsetting the status quo, which is that they're just winning right now. Yeah, they make you look effortless against OpTic.
It does seem to be the case, isn't it? And it is really impressive to watch. And like you're saying, if you're being super critical, I mean, we could say, yeah, definitely they're not playing the perfect game, but they are fairly close to it, taking down the superstarted lineup, as it does look like it's heading towards that AXQ once again. They find many success on it, and HJ shows a little bit of aggression. They're finally shutting something down, finds the opening 2 frags as Android here. He makes his way out onto Palace, but the spray down coming through from Magisk. So there you have it there. Slemmy manages to draw one back. They get another one, but Mixwell manages to drop him, drop the bomb. Peter finds one, but he will go down very shortly to HS. So great little peek there from HS to shut that down towards main. So there is that quick push shutdown once again. They'll have an opportunity with decent buy coming through to make it a 10-5 half. And at this stage, if they win the pistol, you can't put it past OpTic to claw this back on their T side. But not taking anything away from complexity in the 10 rounds they have managed to get from them. And
that round was really just on the back of that flashbang play, which is what you'd that's what I wanted to see from OpTic a little bit more. You know, the flashbang, the team kind of play to kind of bring it out. Double up in the final round. Alu, good movement to just make sure that top mid is secure, but it looks like it's going to be a much faster pace, kind of B site fake into an A site take, because the bomb is still kind of languishing its way there. Android just holding off. I'm not sure what he's doing really. It's the middle of no man's land where he's holding. I'd like to see what Android's looking at the moment, because if he gets pushed, he will lose the bomb.
It doesn't look like he will be. Maybe just, yeah, interesting. Maybe just trying to line up a smoke and changing up his position a little bit. Slemmy, or maybe just talking it out, like, hey, let's get this last round and win that pistol and make our lives so much easier. But it looks like the stack is coming towards that B side, but maybe they're fake. But here we go. Alu's made his way up towards mid and finds Def, so that is absolutely devastating. They may be taking a bit too much time clinically. As we did say, that flash puts did get shut down, and Alu just holding this top mid line. So they have complete mid control. The opening pick has gone their way. And if one of these A players who's staying very passive, much irrespective of what this complexity team has done to them, gets any kind of information, they could be in trouble here. Still 40 seconds left to play.
So OpTic going to be using a little bit of utility just to try to make control of the A bomb site, but it's really up to Peter to kind of fake this B side take. But Yeaster, okay, he does well, takes down Magisk towards CD connector. It's going to make Android's job a little bit easier, but Mixwell's going to open it up. It's going to make it a little bit safer, and it's going to be very, very difficult for Android to make this entry in. Oh, he spotted out HS's head. All right, there's one. They should know that Mixwell's towards jungle side, so there's the flashbang. Beautiful flashbang. Peter should be able to take him out. There you have it. Good pincer control coming out. Now it's up to Freiburg and Arlo to take this. Is it going to be an open plant? It might not be, but Freiburg, great spray control to take down Android. Alu's now come across. He's going to jump out a ticket. Oh! He misses the easiest shot towards Slimmy, but actually follows it up with a much better shot this time around. Smoke on towards the bomb. This is going to make Peter's job so difficult. Flash is now raining across. He's made his way towards CD Connector. He's locking down the line. If they just double peek it, he misses the first shot. He won't even land towards Freiburg. Much better play from OpTic to make it a 5-10 half. It's going to be serviceable at the very least coming towards the T side, but compLexity, they kind of lose their intensity towards the end, but I'd rate that probably overall 8 out of 10. They kept it up from Train. They definitely just didn't go, oh, we should have won Train, or we're just not going to put our 100% in. They just came swinging out once again. Really good performances all across the board, and OpTic, I'd say they looked a little bit cold, but I think they were also shocked by what compLexity brought towards the table.
I think a lot of people will be shocked with what compLexity has brought to this game. Having said that, even that last round there, they did show signs of life, losing that pick and then eventually getting out into a nice position onto that A bomb site. The retake coming through, Freiburg just spraying through from a short, manages to find the other person that he actually wasn't aiming at, and there you go, the retake was on Peter. We're in a very difficult position, holding on to that orb, trying to lock down that bomb site. Nonetheless, we do have a whole second half, Karath.
Absolutely. Second half coming up. Let's find out who will take it after the break. Hello everyone, welcome back. Halftime break between OpTic as well as compLexity, but the score is going to surprise most of the viewers if you just tuned in. It's compLexity in the lead after the T-side Mirage, 10-5 now going into their own CT half, and look at the odds. They have...
Ooh!
What?
That's crazy, Betway!
They just completely swung!
That's, okay, Betway, obviously they've got multiple supercomputers and geniuses doing these odds, but me and you, just completely based on like a foundation level analysis, that is insane, right?
It is completely swung in the last probably about 20 to 30 minutes over CS, and I wouldn't necessarily agree with it just yet because compLexity had a really good half, but they started tailing off towards the end. OpTic started firing up a little bit more. Pistol round, let's see where it goes, and let's see what OpTic can bring on the T side. I wouldn't give compLexity the outright favorite at the moment. If there was 12-3, I could understand that. 12-3 would be pretty hard to throw the game or for OpTic to come back, but 10-5, it's... Once it becomes 8-10, if OpTic take the pistol, who knows where the game could go from there. It could become Minesweeper for all we know. Yeah, we just never know with players like OpTic just individually start firing off on a map like Mirage on that T side, especially just opening up and shutting down everything that compLexity have to offer. But we'll see what happens. I imagine they might opt for that double op again. We'll see. Maybe not. Train does lend itself to that a bit more than Mirage does, or a lot more, some may think. But there you have it. OpTic at 275, thanks to Betway. Question mark, but I guess if this pistol round goes one way or the other, we'll soon see and agree or deny. But still early days to determine who can carry it out. Will it be 2-0 to OpTic or a 1-1 split, which would definitely be a surprise. But if you've been watching this game, compLexity definitely delivering, as we do see the B stock given up to USP. He manages to find one through the box there, I believe, or maybe it was the Android from behind. But here we go, Magist knows that there's two players there, just closing off the angle with that Glock. And the bomb is down. 5-on-4 retake, still very doable. They do still have that single smoke and a couple of kits on these players.
We'll see if they can strategize something to kind of deliver a result here. Is Magisk, if he needs to find a frag, Yacer actually gets him out. So now it's very doable here as the frags just coming through. Freiburg finds one onto Death, but he's just onto Abs. They should close this down very momentarily. The bomb defuse coming out all the way. But Freiburg actually manages to get one. He's done this before. It's the one-on-one situation.
No.
He finds the third frag.
He can't win this.
This would be absolutely disgusting here. Android needs to shut this down. Freiburg he needs to play time. This is his round to lose now. He's taking it from a 4-on-1 situation. He does it again. That is so disgusting from Freiburg. But there you have it. Just winding back the clock to the glory days, and that is absolutely devastating if you're a complexity right now.
I'm just imagining the comments, oh, Freiburg's bet, you know, he's not really that good anymore. He just aces with no armor once again. It's just $1,800 Freiburg. Hello, you have trouble winning pistol rounds with the Glock? Never fear, Freiburg's here. And
that, once again, could be the determining factor that really separates these two teams as Def just goes one out there and gets traded down by the man himself, just on hot form, and he's still 100 HP there. So, I mean, Freiburg, I'm in love with you right now.
Yeah, who isn't in love with Freiburg?
Oh, I was in love with him before, to be fair.
Winding it back to the McNip days, eh?
McNip days?
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you seen that image?
This is
circa 2013, 2014. I think it's Sweden when Nip were at their prime. They actually served a burger to commemorate Nip's success.
Oh, they actually legitimately did,
there
right.
was an NIP burger from Macca's, and it's
wow.
like, and Android, good shot on towards Mixwell, who was trying to come towards CD Connector, which means that there's only 2 vectors of attack for OpTic. Oh, Peter picks out the right time.
Such good
timing.
No,
they can't drop this surely. Yacer struck out as well. They know where Slemmy is now. Now down towards a 2-on-2. Android's rotated across there, just spraying through, just trying to find anything they can, but the edge of the smoke. Oh, Peter's going to strike again. Bomb's been dropped. MP7's drawn out. Now it's down towards Freiburg, the magician himself, 1-on-2 on the A bomb site.
There's actually a smoke rolling in front of him, so he might have to use utility managers to find Android as well. He knows where Peter is. He'll may be able to smoke him off and maybe rotate around, but he's just going to play the time around and clutches once again. Someone stop this, man. Bring back that hamburger. This is incredible.
I was scared that OpTic was going to drop that. That was so well played from compLexity on the back of that force buy, but Freiburg does save them towards the end alongside with the assistance of HS. And so OpTic do bring themselves 1 round closer towards par alongside with compLexity. compLexity are going to be pretty happy about that, though. Doing a lot of damage on that force buy. They know that the economy of OpTic's not going to be in best shape, and now just changing things up once again. A short stack coming through.
We'll see if they can bank up with these MAC-10s leading the way there on Alu and Mixwell. They might find a bit of an easy kill, but Magist here just baiting out his team. They're finding 3. Just the transfers. A little bit of team damage done, but nonetheless, the frag's coming all the way. Mixwell does drop it. He was the holder of that MAC-10, so nothing too much lost there as Slemmy's just going to go into this cubby and see if he can bait something out from Alu. There, it's not looking the right way, so, I mean, it hasn't been the best of days, but the trade should come out from HS very shortly. The MAC-10 has been recovered, but he should go down very shortly. So there you have it. 2 MAC-10s lost, but nothing to write home about there. Once again, Alu just kind of hopping around in no man's land, not quite weary. I mean, I guess you don't expect players to be in that position, but Alu just not finding 7. So he's doing better than the last time about this point in the map, but just struggling to find some form with any gun, actually, not just the AWP.
Definitely hasn't shown up this series overall. I mean, he's had a few rounds where he's been instrumental in winning it. I mean, but that's just, I've remembered 1 round, and that's really how much impact he really hasn't had. It was just trained, he got 2 kills, and come on, compLexity, you got to be holding on towards the A side. Just a little bit firmer. They should be playing retake right now. The smokes have come out from OpTic, lock them out, that's all right. Def has fallen back. They don't have much utility to kind of play this with. And Slammy spraying forward. He's very close to taking out Magist, but Magist returns a favor. Goes, I can do one better, and just takes him out the fight. Yeah, now they're trying to swing towards CT as well, but Def, look how far back he's playing. He respects the fact that OpTic will be trying to get aggressive. Def, if he swings just a little bit more, we'll be able to find, but look at them all swing towards Alu. Oh, you don't have no luck if you're Alu. They're just going for the save right now, compLexity. They realize they don't have much leeway back into this round, and Def will probably lose his gun. They'll probably double push CT on the back of this. There's no head armor as well, but no, HS has actually backed out. He had the UMP. I would have just gone for it.
Yeah, but does manage to get the info and get that M4 in tow. Freiburg might go down here as well, which he does, unfortunately looking towards CT there. So, you know, it's a pretty solid round there. Good call from compLexity nonetheless. That side was going to be very difficult to take, and I thought they didn't have too many utilities. I think that the 1 molly, no HE, just a bunch of smoke. So not too favorable in that situation. So a very mature call. Still in the lead. They will be able to buy, obviously get that utility, back him up, and obviously Slemmy may be a bit lacking. Nonetheless, he does get an M4, so still
this is the better
good
buy
shape,
than the previous round, so it's a really good recognition for compLexity. You do want to go kind of for the 4 and 5 retake. You believe you can go for it, but there's no point really sometimes, and they do manage to shut down Alu, so they nullify the lurker danger. And they take the AWP and 3 rifles forward. Able to take multiple guns forward, and they're pretty happy with that because they have a completely serviceable buy coming into this round, and OpTic have to be a little bit cautious. They can't really just rush in and try to take this off compLexity.
Indeed the case. We'll see if they can lock it down. They did a pretty good job on the CT side there with the slight shows of aggression. We saw Yacer just opening up towards PopDog and main there, so we'll see if they can time something like that. Just holding the short position, he might face contact soon as the peak comes through. He's not going to be expecting this boost, and Alu might be able to find that easy frag there. He needs to find some form soon to try to string back together a couple of rounds for his team. Oh, just the timing here, though, not giving anything away towards short. Not so much information, though, so if this push comes out, the 2 players on this B-bomb site may be absolutely just crippled, as we do see Freiburg open up onto Android there, and Yacer gets taken down as well, so that is the feed. Down is what? What is he doing? What is he on? I need some of it. He's just popping domes like it's nothing.
We're back 2014, boys. We're back. Freiburg, Fry Daddy is back.
That was interesting there from Peter. Just a nice, easy kill onto Mixwell. And now just a save as Def actually does go down to Alu.
Yeah, they won't be able to save this. Freiburg's just going to come out and just go be like, oh, Peter, nice head you have. Oh, wait, it's gone.
We'll see what happens. Alu does have a molly there, but Freiburg, there you have it. Nice little flick onto him, but they know exactly where he's going to have a couple players. Actually gets the leg on to HS, but they know exactly where he is. It's just a matter of playing it out. Alu looking in the wrong spot, making a lot of noise here, so Peter is fully aware his counter offer is in the position, but Magist will take him down from ticket booth and get that AWP out of the hands, which is all important for the economy here, and maybe a save coming through as they just do force into this. They do have the economy to rifle up. The utilities will be lacking. Maybe one of the players will be on that SMG. But yeah, not giving too much of a margin away to the guys at Freiburg. Once again, just beautiful. Nice flick here from Peter as well, but all in vain as he did go down in the end. So there you have it for Mass and UMP over on Android and Slemmy. Peter does get that AWP back though, and Def has absolutely no utility here. So Peter needs to open up there. The timing of the unscope, very unfortunate. Alu does pick out his counter AWPer, and now the opening has been created. That AWP should still be recoverable for the CTs though.
Can't really go for it though. Locked out a CD connector right now. As soon as Slemmy crosses, it's all over. So there's a smoke to Palace. They have to get aggressive somewhere. They need to take control at one part of the map and then fall back and try to regather their wits. So you can see that they're stacking up. They don't have the utility to kind of take it, so they're just 2-man towards A main. All right, no one's towards A. We can go towards B.
That looks like the case indeed. But Yacer, he's taken down to 58, but might be able to shut this down as he has made his way towards apartments there. Might face very soon. And if he drops the bomb, in a little bit of trouble here as Freiburg actually manages to find Andrew trying to recover that AWP there. Just fall back onto site. Manages to find one. They know exactly where he is. Finds the second there. And now he's just got to take down the bomb, which he does. So it's a 2-on-2 situation. They know where he is, but Mixwell gets the better of him. Gets tagged down to 10 HP now. It's just down to Def. He hasn't got any utility, but has got that M4. If Mixwell takes another peek here, he could find a very easy kill. Def just trying to wait it out. Not giving anything away, just seeing.
He's dead.
Yep. Very well played there from OpTic. 11-10. So, strung it back. It looked like OpTic were going to run away with that, but brought it down to a 2-on-1, unfortunately.
Yeah, but OpTic have won 6 in a trot. This is why I said the odds, they shouldn't swing like that because, well, to be fair, no one expected Freiburg to, you know, just suddenly step up like that. But what a half he's been having so far. Every single round, impact frag after impact frag. Oh, I might just go to Macca's after this. That's this vintage McNip right there. Like, Freiburg's taken his form out of that McNip days and just brought it back into 2017. It's like, you know, the comeback of any, like, of the old classics where you've just been waiting for ages. And it's just like, oh, that's beautiful.
So it is a tactical pause coming out from OpTic there. Obviously just not wanting to let this lead slip once again because they are now considering compLexity as a very capable team. Maybe not at the beginning of the day, but definitely the case now. If they get ecoed now, it'd be absolutely devastating, but you got to think...
yeah, Freiburg will just step up at the end of the day for you, so it doesn't matter. Just run.
Guys, let Freiburg do it.
Yeah, just 4-man go into it. Where's the fear? There's no fear. That's a really good flashbang, but he's still going to be pressured out. You should just barely hear them, so it'll take one. take 2. He's got 9 bullets left. Now out has to come the Glock unless he
with
gets a
2.
headshot. Nah, he's just too good.
Majis just Shroud S there. You know, 2 bullets, that's 1 more than I need. And Defi just tries to do something, gets taken down straight away. So clinical stuff. They've won so many rounds on the try, and they do manage to save all 5 there, so the economy is going to be very healthy. As we see, once again, complexity just buying up just on that sort of precipice of, you know, whether they can really kit up with those utilities or not. But they do need to start something now. Double up coming out once again.
I think Peter might be going aggressive Palace, but this is just really good spray control coming out from Magist, which is what you expect. It's just confidence at the stage where you just go 2 bullets. I can outplay this guy. No, Peter's actually gone towards CD Connector. Oh, he's peeking towards Underpass, but he'll hear them coming in towards Connector, so he's just waiting at the moment. He'll go, there's 3 Connector, he's just waiting. Def, he'll leg one. No, it's actually Yaystar, and Peter actually just pushes forward late. We'll be able to get the pick on towards HS, and Android will be able to shut down Mixwell, trying to push through Murder Hole. So a little bit of over-aggression coming out from OpTic for the first time in a very long time. But Alu, you can't do much, Peter. Your orb is just sticking out like a fishing rod. Just going, hey, I'm here, guys. How's it going?
So retake opportunity there. Look at the utility on Android and Slammy. So this is very achievable depending on Magist and Alu and how they decide to play this out. Yes, they might be able to find Alu onto here. He's not really expecting anything. Finds an easy frag onto him. And now it's just down to Magist just holding unders. And he should get Molly donated. They actually line up for him, but Slemmy manages to get away with the frag there. So, I mean, there was an instance there where Peter, we did see him get caught out every now and then into no man's land onto Train. I thought it was going to be the case again, but actually plays that very well. Gets the information for his team and follows up with a frag himself.
What are they doing? Are they trying to find the second AWP and CD Connector? It's pretty obvious. Hello? Team comms?
Maybe a bit of confusion there from Slemmy as to where his teammate went down. But they do manage to get the 2 AWPs in. Once again, economy is very fragile at this stage, but they do have an opportunity to try to make it equal. But due to all those rounds in a row and that 5-man up win they had, OpTic very comfortable to buy into this round. But
complexity finally break the round victory, but now is the painful part because OpTic have everything to throw at them, and if complexity lose this, they're completely out of money. And Peter going very aggressive once again, trying to get this pick. He's been losing a lot of these AWP picks, but look at these Molotovs. Perfect place Molotovs to kind of flush out Peter. There's nothing he can do. He's just locked behind these smokes. And he just unscopes at the wrong time again. It's
unbelievable. He needs to hightail out of here. He's going to get caught out with his pants down, which he manages to do. So maybe just a reassessment of what can be done for Peter there. He holds the angle towards mid, not giving too much away, just holding towards Palace now. So Yaster boosted onto this position. It looks like they are going for a mid-control play here, as the smoke will rain out into snipers.
Yeah, so that's a CT connector. Snipers, so top CT connector going to be kind of nullified. They can kind of go towards any position at the moment. They can go towards short or towards connector and just sneak a member in there. As Alu will take down Yaystar, who is boosted up. That's great peeking coming in from Alu. That's what you expect to see. And now Mixwell, he's going to walk straight into Slemmy's crosshair, but Freiberg is ready and waiting to get the trade. And now the B-site attack will begin in earnest as Peter, he'll also make his mark. Now the AWP is starting to step it up in towards the 24th round of the half. Magist spotted out, but Android can't land the UMP. He's had a bit of a shocker in the CT half so far. Complete downgrade compared towards the T half. And Peter, only man on the B site at this stage, has to go huge. There's nothing he can do, just locked out. Short plant, CT's locked behind, just all this utility. Have to try to find anything possible.
So it looks like it may just be that save coming out for the 2 AWPs. The money once again, it's going to be reset. So Dire Straits right now looking, and looks like OpTic will just grind this through once again. But, you know, we said this about Train, and it is the important win that matters in the end. But complexity just really showing what they can do against a top-tier team like this.
But this is where it starts becoming... This is disappointing for them because their CT side hasn't really fired up so far. The only round they won was like on a retake where it became pretty close, where it was like a 3-on-2 retake. If OpTic were able to get a few picks, you know, if they lined up for Magist, could have been a different story. But 4 people do die in that round, so complexity at the very least they're trying to bring down OpTic's money. But what do you do at this stage? Your money's completely broken. You have to force buy every single round. It's not doing you any favors because OpTic have shown great ability in destroying your economy at any stage. They'll take you pistols, double AWP, whatever. They'll still win.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's just much of the same story where, yeah, you can look at the scoreline, but that's really the complexity T side. You can give kudos to the T side. The CT side is just, yeah, it's like you cracked open a Coke can and just left out in the sun for too long. All right, the CT side, it's been pretty flat.
Why would you crack open a can and just leave it in the sun? It's such a waste of Coke. But he could find another one there, so nice opening frags for him. Just locking down the apps department. Gets information as well, but will fall back. I don't think he'll pick it once again as Mixwell has.
Do it.
Lined up. Will he take on Mixwell? He looks like he's triggering towards it. If he hops up there, he could have a chance, but no, he's more wise than that. It's 3-on-5. It's now their round to lose. They also do have that quasi by Android just with the Deagle in his hand. Yeaster with the FAMAS, and they are running out of utilities very quickly. As we do see old mate OpTic Freiburg here. We'll see what he can do. Rewinding the clock.
You just go to A site, he'll just headshot the AWP at ticket, then he'll just swing wide and just one-tap both of them, because why not? Freiburg, he can do anything right now. Semi-close, Freiburg's going to peek out, and there it has it. Freiburg gets the first one. He does have Magistic support, so he doesn't have to be too scared. Meanwhile, Android does peek B app. So, Magistic managed to sneak his way towards jungle.
Yeah, this...
They've got complete kind of mid-control right now. They can stop any CT rotation from happening, and they've got 37 seconds to work with. They're going to go towards A, and Yeaster is pushing. He knows he needs to push.
This round is totally flipped on its head there, but Yeaster needs to get something done here.
He'll hear this. So so Peter needs to just reorientate towards Palace, get the AWP drop, just has to hide, and then Yeaster takes out the bomb carrier. So Peter has to land a shot. Oh, that's a great flashbang. Oh, that is just sick coming out from OpTic. That's exactly what you expect. Yeaster, he'll at least take down Freiburg, but the bomb plant will still go down. They don't know where Magisk is, and Magisk is still ready to strike Mixwell with the AWP. Oh, Def comes out just at the right time. Yeaster's legged. Oh, what a disaster. As Magisk now holding the line. Yeaster peeking across. They're both double peeking, and Def, he's had a huge round this round. Someone finally stepping up for compLexity. They'll be able to take another round.
That was very well done there, but once again, that got dangerously close. And when it came to that 3-on-3 position, you did actually favor OpTic to kind of carry out that round there, but Def getting the 4K, utilizing the AWP. Leave it on him, lads. It's working out, but we'll see what happens is obviously...
They've got a double AWP, so Peter and Def will both have AWPs, and then the rest of the team will have enough to kind of buy into this.
Decisions coming through. Yeah, it looks like that will be the case indeed. But those opening picks, I doubt that will happen again for compLexity towards the apartments. OpTic too classier side to let mistakes like that happen more than once, as Android does hold towards a short position there. Yeaster with him. These guys have to lock down this bomb site. Yeaster opens up onto Freiburg there, who has been the star player of this map thus far. He goes, gets the second. It looks like they're just lining up for him on this van. Bomb has been dropped as well. Arlo needs to find a frag. Anyway, does manage to land one onto Def, but it's now just onto him. He does have bomb in hand. Actually misses pretty standard shot there and jumps into the molly to only go down to Android's weapon. So some questionable play coming out from him, but nonetheless, a round. Equal game, 13-all. compLexity OpTic. Oh, it's exciting stuff there, Karath.
This is much better from compLexity, where they're now making them guess. Okay, Dev's picked up the AWP, so most likely he's going to go back towards B. Let's nullify him with smokes and just a quick execute, but the rifle is stepping it up. Yeaster's actually had 2 really good halves so far. Every single time I'm seeing him get 1 or 2 on the B side, which is exactly what you need. And this was the round where the Def just really went massive, gave compLexity a chance. compLexity now took it. They're tied a piece. They've got money to work with as well. They only dropped a single gun in that round, or 2 guns. And OpTic, I think they're slowly but steadily, they're running out of money.
Yeah, if you tune in like right now and see at 13-13, you're thinking like, wow, man, that's definitely like a graphics error, right? I mean, who would have expected this at the beginning of the day?
I didn't expect it. I expected maybe like, if compLexity played really well, 16-10, 16-11 victories towards OpTic, but not like this, where compLexity, now they're finally stepping up towards the CT side. It did take 7 rounds before they found their edge. A couple of force buys that didn't really go in their favor. But now, this is where it's starting to heat up, where OpTic have to dig deep, where they just go, all right, we have to... Oh, no, that's not something you want to see as an OpTic fan right now on pistols. They might just go for the for these 2 smoke grenades. They might just go for a kaboom strat or something like that, where they just do smokes towards the A bomb site, leave jungle and stairs open, pop flashes forward, and try to get the bomb plant down, or try to at least get a triple smoke going forward. There's a jungle smoke, and I think there's 1 stair. So there you have it. They're going to try and flood CT and try to take down this AWPer. That's going to be a CT. There you have it. The smoke coming out right now. The action is not being let up, and Def is going to be locked out.
So we'll see that happen. They do make their way onto the bomb site for the retake. Very possible here. Peter needs to find the frag, but actually will get taken down. The push through the smoke. Def gets tagged down to 3. So it's becoming questionable just as Yeaster actually managed to take down Mixwell, who didn't manage to recover that AWP. So it's a 2-on-4 situation. Bomb still yet to go down. The spray coming through there, but very low. Def manages to actually get the frag onto Magisk, and the spray coming through. They know exactly HS he's sitting towards his firebox position. And it looks like the round is all but over. But it looked dangerous there for a second there, didn't it?
It did. I mean, the opening pick, but once again, the rifle is stepping up. Def, the hero, Yaystar also picking up one critical one, but Def got the majority of it, so it's him.
Yeah.
Def in these last 2 out of these 3 rounds has effectively won it for compLexity, and Yaystar in the last one alongside Android have won it. So it's really the individual players now stepping up against opponents of the caliber of OpTic, and HS is just trying to get any opportunity he can right now, but compLexity are not giving him any opportunities, just slowly utilizing utility, just slowly trying to draw him out where HS has to kind of shift around, and Yaystar, that's unfortunate for him, and HS, he switches out to a Glock, but how effective is that really going to be as Slemmy's going to clean things up? What? Oh. Slemmy didn't have any head armor! No! Surely they can't drop this! Oh no!
Oh, if he gets that spram through. Oh, I thought he would have landed that as well. That would have been devastating. But there you go, Def.
No.
Once again, you said it, Krath. The 4K as doubling up. He's on 26 and 16. He's single-handedly getting this game out of the sewers. That was collapsing really fast. I thought if he landed that
if you landed that wallbang,
it
could have been anyone's, and HS would have been the hero for OpTic, but not today, unfortunately. He's done great damage, though, and that's really what you want the pistol around. OpTic can buy up into this now. Full set of utility on the majority of the players, and AK-47s across the board as Peter looking to get aggressive once again, but so is Magist. He's going straight towards 3 people. A lot of people he has to duel out, and 2 people double peeking him. Yaystar at least will get the trade, but they're going towards the B side right now, and Android's got a lot of work to do. Oh, he's completely blinded out as well. He should be a dead man. No, they have not checked underneath him. He's only getting 1 this time. Mixwell just dancing around the Archer smoke. Will at least get the trade, but now down towards the 3-on-3.
Yeah, just Android there getting 1, but really you didn't expect him to get any. Should have been taken down much earlier. He does get into a 2-on-2 situation here. Mixwell and Freiburg locking down. Bomb has been ticking away. No utilities, but kits on Def and Peter. We'll see if they can open up. Mixwell is on this angle. He does get spotted. Def needs to find it. He doesn't. Freiburg actually takes him down. Now it's a 1-on-1, and you know what? This is very unlike Freiburg to clutch out around. Very unsuspected, isn't it? That was who would have thought that on this map?
But this is where Magist and Freiburg have been doing really well on this T side, and now the economy has been reset once again for compLexity, so I'm not surprised to see another attack pause coming out deciding what they want to do. It was looking alright for both sides. I mean, 1-for-1 trades the entire time, but eventually it was going to fall in the favor of who could kill the E-Box player faster towards short, and it was, at the end of the day, OpTic coming out a little bit more supreme, and Freiburg had the angle, so 14 apiece, going down to the wire once again. It's not something you expected the first thing in the series. I'm pleasantly surprised by it.
If anyone from OpTic is listening to me, right, like you guys are gonna finish, you guys are gonna make it to a density. Like I mean, like let's face facts, right? That's the case. compLexity might not. They're hitting mid tier. There's a chance they will be one of those teams that make it there. But I mean, just kind of like give not throw, but just give it to them. Like this will be a great thing for them. For OpTic, it's just another notch under the belt. And I mean, there has been very valiant effort from this compLexity team, but you know, at the end of the day, a loss is a loss, and we will soon forget about it. But I mean, it'd be so fantastic if compLexity get away with it. But at this stage, with the firepower, with that quasi buy, we do see the MP7 onto Magist, but it looks like it's going to be a very tough ask. But they don't play for draws here, these Americans. They play to win. And unfortunately, that may be the undoing of this side.
I think OpTic are going to win this unless Android goes huge. More numbers stacked towards this A-bomb. More T numbers stacked towards this A-bomb site, but the CTs don't have enough. They don't even have this mid-control coming out right now. And Yaystar has just... Well, there's not much he can do. Magist has just come out of City Connector. He's going to take down the guy at Palace because he's just occupied too many angles, and Def, what can he do? He's been the hero, but once he's surrounded from 4 angles, that's it. OpTic will go up towards match point. Slemmy and Peter will just try to save as many weapons as they can. And Mixwell's already locking down this angle.
Yeah, so a bit of a shame that it did get unwound. Alu with some nice opening frags does manage to get away with his life on 10 HP, and Mixwell finds Peter. So that is absolutely devastating if you are compLexity at this stage. Now it's just down to Slemmy. The AWP gone missing is going to give indication to where he is, and now it's just going to smoke off as the hunt will come through to take that AWP out of his hands.
Yeah, there's no way this AWP gets out alive. Slemmy did well in train, but I don't think
might
he's
get away
got...
with the time. He finds one.
It's only one, though. He's being pincered off. Flashbang comes forward, doesn't suspect Alu to come out until that grenade, and Alu with the AK close range will be able to get the kill. 3 entries for Alu in that round, so finally a bit of life and another pause coming forward. No? Yes? No? There was a thing that said this match is set to pause in freeze time, and it didn't pause, so there's no pause. Or is there?
We are in a smooth, so you're going to think it is a pause.
Yeah, so another attack pause coming from compLexity. They really want the overtime, but what can they do? No money to work with.
Let's see.
It's really just throwing dice at the stage.
Yeah, let's see if Semi can come up with something aggressive, maybe something we haven't seen before. Pistols in hand, maybe SMGs if they can afford it. But at this stage, OpTic, I mean, they didn't even lose a single play that round. It should be fairly clinical finish for that 16-14. Shame, really, in the end, for compLexity. Nonetheless, I'm sure they'll learn a lot from this.
It's just how dominating the T side can be. We saw it earlier in compLexity where they had an absolutely insane T half. They had complete control of OpTic's CT economy. There was nothing that OpTic could really do until towards the end, where finally compLexity let down a bit of the intensity. They were a bit struggling towards the CT side. Kind of allowed some of the players to... Sorry, should I say compLexity? Some of the players cooled down. It was really just individual players that won the rounds. It wasn't the team play that you expect out of compLexity that we saw on Train, that we saw, you know, on their T side. And
yeah, I mean,
OpTic just a little bit too much class. I mean, Freiburg definitely stepping it up. Magist, 25 kills. I don't think overall as a unit, OpTic played towards their standard. It was a big letdown, but it's just enough to kind of get the victory in this map. They played well in Train. It just felt like it was underwhelming on Mirage, and well, Fry Daddy just dug them out, really, on a massive T-side performance. I think he was like on 9 kills or 10 kills on the CT side, and then on the T side, he's like 15, 16 kills. Yeah,
absolutely. But on the flip side of that coin, we can't take any focus away from Def from compLexity right now. I mean, this game could be over at a 16-12 potentially. I mean, he gets those 2 4Ks, digs them out of a hole, and really keeps them in this fight. So some good individual plays coming out from both those teams there. But having said that, I mean, let's go back to that 275. I mean, like, you're cheering, right?
Yeah, like if you put money on OpTic... If you
put money on that Betway 275 for OpTic...
you'd be cheering right now, because OpTic just win 16-14. So
we do see it, unfortunately, so we can't bring you that, but at this stage, you'll probably bring a couple pistols. Let's faux bring it out. You know, they went for a rush mid. We just took down 3 players. There was 2 left. They brought to a 3-on-2 and eventually lost. That's completely made up.
Now, what happened was that everyone on OpTic except for Freiburg died. He just 1v5.
That as well. So OpTic stealing it at the last against the very valiantly fought compLexity 16-14 on Mirage. So that's another 2-0 for OpTic there.
But too close for comfort this time around. Imagine if Freiburg didn't step up in those critical rounds. And it's just a story, once again, for compLexity. Just those 2, like even 1 or 2 critical rounds that could have swung in their favor. Freiburg 1 on 5 clutch. 1 on 4 at the very least.
Yeah.
5, an ace on the pistol, no body armor with the Glock. Like, come on, man.
That's a nice little highlight reel from him, going back to the 1 on Train as well in that 3v1. Just really, you know, don't underestimate the Glock, I guess.
It's just like, Freiburg is absolutely disgusting. He can't do it again. And then Freiburg just goes, nah, just watch, bro. Yeah. Watch. Yeah. Just watch.
Right? We're like, no way he does it again. There's one more player and there's less time. And he just pop, pop, pop. Gets it in, makes us all fall in love with him again, if we didn't already. And, you know, eventually that is probably the determining factor that made it this 16-14 here for OpTic.
Absolutely. And... well, compLexity didn't do themselves any favors by losing those as well. Just incorrectly set crossfires, probably rushing a little bit, going, oh, you know, there's just one man. We know where he is. Just going in 1 by 1. Easy picks for Freiburg, and his aim was just on point for the rest of the T-half from there on in. Yep, that's not much I can say. compLexity, good T-half, disappointing CT half. On Train, they had probably good halves on both sides. Train was... if there was a match to watch today, I'd say Train, not really Mirage.
Yeah, unless you're a Freiburg fan, because he just had some great plays this game here.
I was wondering how they knew Alu was there. It's like, the scope was spotted out. The 16-14 at the end of the day, it's just air, really.
Yeah, I was like, did you have a stroke, or are you going to say something? No, it is just air.
It's just air. Like, for OpTic, it's kind of like
OpTic,
air.
or,
like,
yeah.
It should have done a lot better, guys. I mean, especially... not especially on Mirage, I guess, but they definitely were very, very cold on Mirage in comparison to Train. I mean...
that's just Freiburg once again.
On Train, you could kind of see, look, compLexity is playing better across the board. What do you do? But on Mirage, it was really just system. Like, they didn't really have a good read of compLexity were doing until the very end. And then the flashbangs started coming forward, you know, members started stepping up. And on the T side, they just did well overall. A little bit of controlled aggression on the CT side as well. Definitely kept compLexity on their toes.
Absolutely. The fact there is we see some nice orb shots landing from Alu there. Still was fairly quiet, but his team manages to carry out that victory. But, you know, I mean, if he hits those shots, he has his day. It's
this is the Freiburg. 1.
Oh, 1, 2.
He already got 2 before this, might like to add, so...
and then, there you go.
Just clean!
With the spray down. Top mid, just 2 bullet spray down there. But some nice plays coming out from all players considered. This is Freiburg once again, is it? This is another clutch, yeah.
Yeah, there was 1 or 2 towards the end where compLexity did manage to get the advantage, but couldn't really close it out. This was just spraying them all down. pretty easy. Then one of them comes out of B absolutely cleans up the last CT from behind. Yeah, it was HS. Freiburg once again triple entry right now. Not much to really say. It was Freiburg. It was like compLexity first half, and there was Freiburg, Fry Daddy. And yeah, OpTic 2-0, compLexity 0-2. Could have made it maybe into a 1-1, even a 2-0 for themselves. And that's really at the end of the day, you got to win. You got to win the rounds that are really, really crucial. And if you don't, you're not giving yourself the chance to kind of push yourself towards the winners echelon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those Freiburg clutches absolutely devastating. I mean, can't put too much focus on it, though. They managed to claw themselves back. I mean, they didn't even win that pistol onto that first half of training. They managed to get it 8-7. So, you know, very, very solid effort there from compLexity. They might have been cast aside at the beginning, but in the end, going into that second half, they were, you know, odds-on favourites, but they didn't get to carry it through, unfortunately. But we have 2 more matches coming up, don't we, Kevin?
Absolutely. Still have Cloud9 as well as Ghost Gaming, but I'd say that, you know, it's still an interesting matchup, but we'll go more into the thoughts after just a short break. We'll be back with Cloud9 versus Ghost.